We played a very organized Montana State Billings team. Fortunately, I think we had a really good half, came out strong. We finished halftime, and I don't think we had even conceded a shot. And we're still working on our fitness a little bit, and I think that showed in the second half because we kind of let them back into the game a little bit. But we were able to pull it out in the end with a gritty goal and get the result. And the same thing, I think, was the story in the second game where against Northwest Nazarene, we were very strong early on. Looked like we had really battered them in the first half and controlled the half. And in the second half, we kind of gave them a little bit of life and once again pulled it out in the last minute of the game. And I think there's something to getting that second wind, if you will, in the second half, but we need to figure out how to avoid the second half lull at this point.
Absolutely. Looking ahead, you meet up with some ranked opponents this weekend, heading into Texas. What can you expect? What are you guys preparing for this week?
Just looking at some teams both teams are very athletic, very physical, and move the ball really well. So, we haven't quite talked about it yet, but basically we're looking at, what a national tournament weekend can look like. So I think this is a really good test on the road, and we'll see if we're where we think we are.
Questions?
Kind of at the beginning of the season, I had your position pegged as one of the storylines of this season. Yeah. Coming into this year, a couple clean sheets already under your belt. What's that been like, and how do you feel you're controlling the defense right now?
It feels good. What's really good is that our defense is really good at working together and keeping our lines, and from our defense to our midfield to even our strikers, they're very good at working together as a unit so that I don't have to deal with a lot of shots or a lot of shots that might be impossible for me to save. So my defense has definitely been helping a lot to help me keep those clean sheets. Putting together a full 90 minutes has been great, and it feels good. And a lot of it is a lot of stuff I learned from our past goalkeeper, Brendan Brown. I try to take everything. The 2 years I was able to be behind him and just learn from him. So he's a back-to-back Armac Goal of the Year. So if I can do the same things he does, then I think we'll be fine, and we just keep working as a team, and we'll be good.
And you feel like you are doing those same things?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting there. A lot of it stuff is watching film and seeing, because there's a few mistakes I definitely made these past weekends, but it's always good to watch the film and go look at them and just go from there. So yeah, I think it's good. And I like to reach out to Brendan and stuff, and he's really good at reaching back and kind of just we talk about the game, which is really nice to do. So I like it. Yeah.
Connor, your road here was not normal.
Yeah.
You're playing football.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And usually, football and soccer, it's okay. Somebody's going to go kick for the football.
Yeah, sure.
And what made you decide? Yeah, let's go play soccer.
Well, that was initially my first love. I started playing when I was about 5 years old. Football was kind of the aftermath that I started, and luckily I had players here that I had known, so I was able to get into the door. And luckily I was given an opportunity, and I think I was able to take that opportunity. So I really appreciate that from the school. And then, but just getting into the system and all that, and getting together with the guys that are in front of me, we're really close, have really good chemistry, and so I really think that helps us on the field. And so it's been a good journey, and I think there's a lot of work to do. Job's not finished. So, but I'm excited for it. I'm really excited to be here. So
better to die for a soccer ball than
then maybe get hit across the middle. So it's a little more safe.
Getting hit across the middle is not fun.
It's not fun. No.
And you're at goalie U right now. Every year.
No, yeah, that's
Mesa has stud goalies.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is for us to learn from who's come before us. Briley, Brendan, all them. If we can look at what they've done and reach out to them and see what do we need to do to win in the RMAC and stuff like that. I think we learn from them, and that's what makes us better. So if we keep doing that, I think we'll be fine. And each game will get better and better.
This might be a weird question, Coach, because you never obviously want to lose, but does the mindset maybe with the guys change when you get off to a good start like this for a season, or you just hammer really the same things in practice?
Yeah, you just take it one game at a time, and I think as long as you do that, then you're going out to win games. I think the trap you fall into is you start getting uneasy the farther along you go if you don't start thinking one game at a time, because you're starting to think about what do I have to lose in this game as opposed to what do I have to win. And that's our mindset. We want to go out, take it one game at a time, and how do we win this next game? So
obviously resonate for you guys as players too, right? On the field, getting those gutsy wins right off the bat too, kind of facing adversity right off the bat. It's got to feel great, right?
Oh yeah, it feels great to get off to a good start to the season, and just to coalesce as a team and start to find our groove. Feels great. I hope we just continue to grow and continue to get better at each and every game. And like Coach said, it's just about taking it one game at a time and continually growing and learning from our mistakes.
So when you guys give up a tying goal, it just looks like everybody just kind of figures out, okay, next step. You're not dwelling on it. Is that?
Yeah, short-term
maturity on this team.
I hope so. Short-term memory has got to be a big thing in the game. It's important that we all lean on each other, and we stress that at practice. You know, when things get tough, what we really fall back on is the culture of the team and the chemistry we have between our players. So when things get tough, we're there to pick each other up, and we're there to lean on each other. So when things get hard, we don't really get worried because we know the person next to us has got our back.
But the last one is a little too close, isn't it?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Has that chemistry stuck at all, maybe because of the short off season, or is that just you guys just being in the group of things?
I think has a lot to do with the culture of the team in general, and that goes from the coaching staff and the administration all the way down to the last guy on the roster, and you know, even like the AT trainers and everybody who's involved in the organization. I think everyone is just as important and pulls just as much weight. And I think everybody is just as invested in the team, and everyone takes it just as seriously. And I think that makes a big difference to the guys out there struggling and putting in the work.
Question of the week. If you could team up with any professional player, past or present, who would it be?
Ronaldinho from Brazil. Easily enough.
Pretty sweet.
Messi.
I hate to steal Durant's answer, but Ronaldinho's a pretty great one. One of my idols right there. Yeah, so.
It's a attack-minded team.